Welcome to the first episode of the SA Digital Marketing Podcast. My name is Terence Mentor, and I'm a digital marketer who's realized that since this industry is constantly changing, we need to be constantly learning. And I think the best way to learn all of those things is to talk to the people who are doing all of those things. So this podcast is a chance to do just that. For this first season of the SA Digital Marketing Podcast, I've interviewed 5 of SA's top digital marketers about their careers, what they think of the state of the industry right now, and most importantly, what advice they have for someone looking to improve their digital marketing skill sets. In each episode, we'll tackle a specific question that you might have if you're thinking of taking the next step in your digital marketing career. In this first episode, I asked my guests what laws they thought all digital marketers had to follow. So let's get into it. First up is Jono Duguid, followed by the rest of this season's experts.
Hey, I'm Jono Duguid. I work at R17 Ventures, an international performance marketing agency, working from the beautiful city of Cape Town, working with clients from across the globe. And I currently work in helping businesses grow to achieve growth through customer acquisition or retention, and really helping them build and scale their brands as quickly as possible.
If there was a thing called Do Good's Law, it sounds like the name in the law should be that, do good. But if it was Jono's Law, if there was such a thing called Jono's Law, and it can be about anything, what would Jono's Law state?
Jono's Law, and I'll keep it to digital marketing, which spans the full scope of whatever you're working in, is know your objective and make sure that everything you do aligns with that objective. So if it's paid media that you are optimizing for that ad, for that purchase, for that lead, if you're doing organic social content, have a purpose for the post. Don't put a post out for the sake of. What is the objective of that post? Is it to get you more traffic to your website? Is it to heighten your brand's awareness, et cetera, et cetera? But there's got to be an actual objective. Don't just do something for the sake of doing it. Even with keywords, putting, on your SEO side of things, know your objective. You don't want to have keywords that don't really align with what your business is or what your client's business is. Always know your objective and work towards that.
I'm Michelle Marie. I'm based in Cape Town, South Africa. I am currently completely remote. I do go into the Cape Town office every now and again, but really it's a work from home, fully remote role. The company that I work for is Online Travel Training, which is a UK-based digital training platform aimed at the travel trade globally. But also the core focus for their marketing is the UK market, the UK travel trade market. So it's a little bit more about me.
If there was a law called Michelle's Law or Marae's Law, that might be better, Marae's Law, what would that law state?
Always be learning, always be adaptable. You don't know everything that you think you know. And over and above that, I think really take constructive criticism. When you first start working in the industry, everything looks blingy, everything looks shiny, and you think that the 5 minutes that you have at an event is an example of all the excitement and fun that you have within marketing. But 95% of the job happens behind the scenes. People don't see the slog. And they don't appreciate the slog. So just constantly be upgrading yourself. Don't wait for somebody to tell you how to do something. Constantly learn. Yeah, I think that's really it.
So my name is Alex Overmeyer. I'm based in Cape Town, South Africa, born and bred here, worked remotely here too. What I do is digital marketing. I am self-employed, and then I work for quite a large range of businesses. Most of them are based in the UK. Currently onboarding some from the US as well, and then I have 1 or 2 in South Africa. And then while building those brands, I also build my own brand, which is a digital marketing team, and then as well as a health marketing platform. Yeah, I think that basically sums it up. And in terms of like my speciality in digital marketing is basically the full customer journey. So, whatever interaction the customer has with the business online, that's kind of where I am.
If there was the Alex Overmeyer law, the Alex law, that everyone needed to obey about marketing or digital marketing, what would that law be?
Okay, that's actually an easy one. Not easy one, but I would say the first thing that popped into my mind, because it's my law in digital marketing, is it
Yes.
directly linked to digital marketing itself, the actual act of digital marketing, or you in the space of digital marketing? Don't work on brands that you don't believe in. And I know that, we're doing things because we need money and so forth, but it shows in your work. If you work on something that you don't like, if you will never eat that food or you'll never drink that drink or go there, then don't sell it to people. It's against your values, your personal values. And it shows. You might think, oh yeah, I'm doing the job well. But if you actually worked on Nike, for example, and that's your favorite brand, you are going to give so much more to it. And so that's my law. And I feel like we should all do that.
I love that. That is such a good law for it's even for like the mental health of the digital marketer, because again, when you're excited to work to do the copy, when to create the content, to make up the plans, that's going to make your job a lot easier than if you kind of feel gross about the company that you're working about, or if you think the product's lame or that there's no space for it. It's just so much harder to get the work done. I love that. Okay, Alex's law, I'm putting it into effect. I'm going to send it to Parliament and they have to sign off on that.
I mean, there might be more boring ones, but it's more just an ethical thing. Not to say we have to be entirely picky, in the brands that we're working with, but if it's completely opposite of your values.
I'm never going to work for I would never work for a jogging company, let's put it that way, because I think jogging is wrong. I think we should stop doing it. I think we should all stop doing it. It makes me feel bad to see people being so excited as they run past my house.
Are these people okay?
Maybe I've just spoken myself out of a future job. If you are a future brand, if you are like Nike wanting to hire me and you're listening to this, please, I'm just joking. That was just a joke.
Okay, I'm Senzo Matigani. I am based in Johannesburg and I am currently the marketing manager for First Car Rental.
If there was something called Senzo's law or Matikani's law, it could be about life in general, but it would be great if it was about digital marketing specifically. What would that law state?
Jeez, check your spelling and grammar on your newsletters.
I'm laughing because today,
oh wow,
and it happened to me today where I because I know how bad I am, I sent it to my manager first, and he came back to me with like a list of 10 things that was so obviously wrong. It is so embarrassing.
And you know what? To be fair, usually we've sat with this piece of content for so long that it just sort of everything looks the same, even after the very multiple versions that it has gone through. So I always find it useful perhaps to have a sounding board where I'm just like, okay, cool. Before I'm sending this out, please have a look at it. And if I have the time or the luxury of time, which generally I don't, I leave it, for a few hours, maybe overnight, and then come back with fresh eyes and be on time. Okay, cool. Let me look at this first thing in the morning, and then I send it out.
Cool. So I'm Abby Kluti. Some can say Kluter, doesn't matter. I'm from Cape Town, still residing in Cape Town, and I am currently a digital strategist for an NGO called the Zero Dropout Campaign.
So if there was a thing called Abby's Law, and it doesn't have to specifically be about digital marketing, it would make sense if it was, if possible. Yes. What would Abby's Law say?
You know what? I thought about this and I was like, what is my law? Because I find myself so all over the place sometimes and I don't even know what is happening today. I'm just reading it. I don't know.
So whatever Abby's Law is, you would be arrested for that same law.
100%. Definitely, without a doubt. But I would say confidence is key. Like, as someone who's an introvert, I consider myself an introvert. Like, I am happy when I just get to speak to someone and someone's willing to listen. And so I've learned to lead into that and be like, you have things that are important to say. Like, you don't have to shy away in the room. Like, people will listen to you. People are lovely. People are not all horrible. So I think, like, I'm still learning to build that confidence, especially in a room full of very distinguished people. You feel small, and it's just the way that it works. So I think for me, you just need to kind of know your background, know where you come from, know everything that you've gone through up until this point. That's all valid. Like, may not be the next person's experience, but yours can contribute towards whatever it needs to for anything, basically. So definitely just a little bit of confidence will help you amazingly in the long run, I would say. Just have your own back.
That is a awesome message. Just that trusting yourself in your own experience.
Yeah.
I've been in the same situation that you're speaking about, where you're in a room with people who often all think they know better than you as well.
Yes,
There's something about digital marketing that's everyone goes, well, I have a Facebook page or I have a Facebook account, so I know everything to do. It's like, no, just because you post and send messages to your grandmother doesn't mean you know how to do digital marketing.
It's okay. We're all on our own journey.
So you do need to really back yourself something and say, no, I am the expert here. I've done the years of work or the study or the research or whatever, and I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes that's hardest to do than actually to say.
It's very hard, and you kind of have to learn when to maybe just let people be and let them, if they think they're the experts, okay. Like, Delulu is the Salulu. It's fine. It's fine. Like, you can go and I'm sure you'll be successful. And like, learning when to kind of correct people is also important, I think.
A huge thank you to Jono, Michelle, Alex, Senzo, and Abby, who all laid down the law for us today. And a big thank you to you for listening to the first episode of the SA Digital Marketing Podcast. By the way, the second episode is also live right now too, and that one looks at how our experts got to this point in their careers. It is super informative and it's definitely worth listening to. Remember, in each episode, we'll tackle a specific question that you might have if you're thinking of furthering your career in digital marketing. Finally, if you're listening on Spotify, please leave a comment in the app and I'll respond to you there. Otherwise, you can send your thoughts, opinions, and questions to podcast@tmdigital.co.za. That's T for Tango, M for Mother, digital.co.za. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. This was the SA Digital Marketing Podcast.